I should give my tip as well. It's hard to separate these two sides today, and we've heard heard Wayne Brasher's magnificent stats, Soupy's stats, and why teams will win, where teams have faltered. I really struggle to separate these two, and at times right throughout the year, I'm always I lean towards the home side and go for that home ground advantage. It's not going to happen today because the only reason is probably because I didn't get to see Rowville play against Vermont those weeks ago, so I haven't seen them firsthand. Whereas I've seen the Noble Park side play for a number of years now, and I just think that they'll be up to this challenge today away from home, and hopefully it's a very close game. That's why we've come out here. We expect it to go down to the wire, but Noble Park by 3 goals today, Ray.
Yeah, look, that's a fair call. Look, the thing with this game, I think where it's going to be won, look, both these sides have got probably 5 or 6 top liners, particularly across the midfield and down forward for both sides. But to me, it's going to be those second string players, those other 10 players out there today on the field, that whichever side of those 10 step up, I think that's where the victory will come from.
Well, the first term is about to get underway here. We are all ready. It is Division 1, the Premier Division. Second versus third. Rowville versus Noble Park. Here's Dyson Baker.
Noble Park to kick to the left-hand side of your radio dial or the screen. It'll be Manson to get the first tap away, although Rowville will get the first clean possession. Congestion ensues, and a free kick will go the way of
Frawley.
So Frawley in the centre of Seabeck Oval goes inside forward 50 for the first time, although not much. Great punch cave over the back from Robertson. Trying to bust through a pack there, Zajac. Couldn't quite do so. Now the kick came away from Stapleton towards forward. A chance now for Rowville for the first on the board. Great kick there from Damien Garner. Didn't miss with the snap around the body. And within 35 seconds, Rowville lead by a goal.
Yeah, good start there by Rowville. Really good ball movement into the forward line there. Goals are going to come at a premium early. Get them on the board early, because if it comes down raining, it makes it that much harder to get them back during the afternoon.
So it is Rowville kicking to the freeway end of Stud Road, right of your radio dial. Good crowd building. You won't see much on the screen, but there are plenty behind us. Don't you worry about that. Showmaker's got the knockdown. Rowville get the clearance as well. Up towards the half-forward line. Bouncing football picked up there by Bussey. One way, then the other. Little toe poke up towards the half-forward line. Garner was worked out underneath the football then. They might get another chance, though, the Hawks. Scrambling kick goes up towards the top of the goal square. A 2-on-2 situation. The Bulls might have the numbers here. Nicely scooped upon there by Showmakers. Backwards to go forwards. Got it onto his teammate there in Michael Bussey, who kicks it to the hot spot. Manson's there. Gets a fist on it at the fall of the ball. Damien Garner, he couldn't get boot to it. He got rushed over and through for a minor score on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. 2 minutes in here. It is the first term, and it is the Hawks leading 1-1-7. Noble Park yet to score.
So just waiting for the...
A lot of pressure on the back 6 for Noble Park at the moment.
So short chip kick came to Sketcher. Sketcher half-back, kicks short to Anderson, too short, umpire said. Anderson has to quickly play on, gets it out to centre wing, outer side. Ferguson was the target. He couldn't mark, picked up nicely there by Martin. Running through, gave his handball away, wasn't great. Put Collis under a lot of pressure. Now at half-forward, almost in front of the Bendigo Bank scoreboard here at Seabeck Oval.
Well done there by Willoughby.
And that ball's held up. Could be Willoughby and Alwyn to come up from the bottom of the contest. It's currently the Hawks leading by 7, all the attacking so far in this first 2.5 minutes. And expect a lot of this kind of football, just stoppage after stoppage as the rain continues to fall.
I reckon one thing I've noticed early on that Rowville actually going to try and stretch Noble Park's back line with a big forward line.
Manson with a massive punch, but it went nowhere, and a chance now for Rowville to regroup. Plenty of numbers around the contest. First to meet this one will be Ferguson, and the ball goes out of bounds and over the boundary line for a throw-in.
Wayne Brasher, Trent Robinson's on Matty Robinson. Do you think that's a good matchup? I think Matty Robinson will just run him around all day.
Agreed.
Centre wing right in front of the footy show signs. Ball thrown in. Manson again wins the tap. Been dominant so far. Just needs to get a few players around him. Sketcher with the kick on goal. It's marked on the goal line, and a chance now for for Rowville to regroup off half-back.
And it was a beautiful looping kicking towards the middle of the ground too. A little bit of argy-bargy off the play. The umpire said it was okay. The kick goes towards the Garner direction. It was knocked away by Wright. That was good play at the fall of the ball. First player to meet it there will be Robinson on the left boot. Chips it up. It's a risky kick. It was dangerous. A big fly over the top there by Manson. Could have nearly given a free kick away then. The kick hits to the half forward line. At the fall of the ball there, Johns, he was brought to ground in a good tackle there by Jackson Sketcher, and will have a bounce about 20 metres out from the Rowville goal line. 1-1-7. They Hawks lead it by that very margin. Noble Park yet to score. 4 minutes gone here. Garner, very nicely, timely knocked down and got it away to Garner as well, I think. Cam Manuel, who's kicked the second goal on the board for the Rowville Hawks. That is how you play front and centre. That's something they would have definitely worked on in training over the times. A good palm down by Garner and a great finish by Manuel. Bendigo Bank scoreboard. The home side have got off to a flyer here. 4.5 minutes gone, 2-1-13. Noble Park yet to score.
Rowville's big men are really causing a lot of pain for the Noble Park back line, but equally the smaller players of Rowville are feeding off that forward line when the ball comes to ground. Another good goal there.
13 to zip, and still one inside forward 50 only to the Noble Park Football Club at the moment. Got a lot of work to do as Rowville again get the clearance, this time under a lot of pressure. There'll be a free kick going the way of Rowville anyway.
Kinder.
Yeah, it was a throw.
No, Kinder's free kick. He held the tackle too long after Kinder got rid of it.
And a 25.
Yeah, 25-metre penalty as well.
And Shane Allen's doing all he can to make it 50.
Well, he's very lucky.
So Rowville right on true centre wing, commentary side. Long chip kick goes towards Robinson, who's just outmuscled his opponent beautifully. An umpire said it was 100% legal, and he can go back and line up from 45.
I think when we were talking about this matchup a couple of minutes ago, this is one matchup that I reckon that Rowville can exploit. Robinson and
Grant
Robinson.
Campbell, thanks to Chew Stats.
Contested possessions 13-2 in favour of Rowville. Clearances 5-1 their way.
So Robinson comes in. We'll ride this one from right behind him. Sets it left. It's coming back. Not going to do enough though, and punch through for one behind. So 2-2-14 plays. Noble Park yet to score on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. A 14-point lead in favour of the Eagles.
One of the Rowville players that's been very prominent so far is Jake Kinder, and he's coming off a best on-ground performance last week, so he's in good form in that midfield.
Stewie Kemperman to bring the ball back in. Such a lovely left foot kick. A reliable player as well. This time elects to use the far side of Seabeck Oval. The kick goes out towards centre half back, and Garner now for Rowville kicks it inside forward 50 and coming out in space.
Matty Trainer.
Good mark has been taken there by Matt Trainer, wearing the number 30 Guernsey today.
He's the boy that they've just picked up from Box Hill. So a lot of experience there, and let's hope that for Rowville's sake that he can kick it. But look, very disappointing so far that Noble Park haven't had one entry inside the 50.
Trainer, it's a difficult angle. Distance might trouble him as well. He pushes it right across the face of goal, and Robertson used his body magnificently and takes a strong mark. Now, we talked about the other angle being a difficult one. Robinson is right on the angle here, but he's only got 20 metres or so to be able to slot this one. Will he have a ping at it? Go on the left potentially. That's a good looking kick. He had the perfect curl on that one. First contender of the Pancake Parlour goal of the day this afternoon. Matty Robinson, he puts through his first, and that is Noble Park's third on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. 3-2-20 as is a Rowville Football Club, and Noble Park are yet to score.
Very lethargic opening here by Noble Park. They just can't get anything going out of their midfield at the moment. Rowville are completely in control in most facets of the game.
Brash, when you look at when it goes into that forward 50 for Rowville, I was just looking back across the structures across the centre of the field. They've got a wall across there. So at the moment, Peter Bassanak's got them playing a great brand of football.
Disposals 21-4 in favour of Rowville.
Only 4 disposals for Noble Park. Yeah.
That's a telling stat if I've ever seen one. Just looking at Alex Frawley, doesn't look 100%. I think there's something wrong with his eye at the moment. He's currently on Cole Martin in the centre clearance, so that could be interesting.
Good matchup.
The two number ones matching up as well, Boavita and Anderson. Ball goes up, fake, gets it away, Burt, or Bertay, depending on where you're from. Still a chance now for Noble Park as they try and clear it out. It's not going to happen this time. McDonald picks up, gives it away though. Kemperman inside forward 50. Just a second time in 9 minutes of football. Martin picks up, gives the handball away. Wasn't flash though. Gives it to Frawley. Frawley now gives his handball away. Nice movement there to Davey. Davey centre wing out of side. Inside forward 50, looking for a target. Won't be able to find it. Chance there for Garner. Can't quite pick it up. Ball still over the boundary line and out of bounds.
You're right what you said, Brad. You look at that forward 50 there for Rowville, and the two big Garner boys. They're very active so far.
Basically calling Garner every time it goes
I
inside
know,
forward
that's
50
right,
at the
yeah.
moment. So ball to be thrown in once again. About 45 round from the Rowville goal. Fate gets the tap down. Trying to bustle through. Can't quite do so was Kemperman. And the ball's held up. So fair bit of congestion early, although Rowville have made the most of being able to put themselves 20 points up. Noble Park still yet to score. As the ball again goes over the boundary line. Leading Davey right to it. Interesting stat to find out when was the first time that Noble Park hadn't scored in the first term, given that they've won every single one this year.
Oh, you're going a bit early on that one,
Yeah,
guys.
I'd be waiting. That's holding the ball.
Ball thrown in, good work from Valenti, gets the clearing kick up towards half forward. Plenty of numbers around the contest for both sides. They can't quite make the most of it though. Elwyn held up. Good tackle there from Crozier. So they made it to centre wing. This is where they've got to make the most of it, Noble Park. Try and get something going. Fate gets it down to Elwyn. Elwyn gives off to Martin. There's a fair bit of class in those two names. Up towards half forward. Kick wasn't flash. Couldn't quite meet it there was Collis. The ball goes over the boundary line right in front of the Bendigo Bank scoreboard, which reads Rowville 3-2-20. Noble Park yet to score.
One thing I've noticed, boys, the interchange right in front of the caravan. Noble Park are working that really hard.
No doubt you and Brush will be working alongside each other perfectly for the afternoon as well, Raymond, as Garner
As
knocked
always.
it down. Frawley goes after it, got a little handball away, that was okay. Coming in there was McDonald, couldn't quite pick the football up and the Bulls get the spills. The kick goes inside, side forward 50. Zajac might have been held by one arm and the umpire saw it, so he'll go back and take the free kick across the half back line here for Rowville. Strong kick out wide looking for
And
Troy Allen.
He's played 25 against Shane Allen for arguing.
So Shane Allen getting a little bit feisty early in the piece.
Noble Park can't afford to be giving away those 25 metres. They're not getting enough of the ball, and to be giving them away is just not on.
Well, we just see Aaron Johns just run onto the field here, and they've got a spare man across the half forward line. The kick goes up towards the forward 50, knocked over. Speak of the devil, here's Johns. Finally gets the football on the left boot. Oh, it's a clever kick. What a beauty it was. Matt Davey just worked himself into the little bit of space that he had and took a nice chest mark about 25 metres out from goal, 25-degree angle.
You called that beautifully, mate. Aaron John run right on in front of you there in front of the caravan. You were right onto it.
Matty Davey, a big shot on goal here. This would be, well, 26-point lead if he can slot this one through. And I basically mozzed him. He barely snuck that in for behind, but he did on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. 12 minutes in, 3-3-21, the home side Rowville, and Noble Park still yet to score. It didn't seem like there was much of a breeze happening down there, but Rowville have certainly come out of the blocks as Kemperman brings it back into play.
Up towards half forward. Nice kick, although right in front of the commentary box, it'll fall over in front of both opponents. Good work from Manuel just to keep the pressure on the kick.
You can always tell if there's any wind by that tree just on the boundary there, and it is perfectly still today.
There you go.
He knows every
Meteorologist
inch.
Ray
He knows every inch. Of
It's the Rowville windsock.
Ooh, that's high tackle there.
No free kick paid against
Very
Harper
lucky there.
on Frawley, although he did get him a little bit of chin music in that one. Fayette gets it down to that man Harper, who's just held up, going nowhere in the arms of Damien Garner. Sorry, Mitch Garner, I should say. So Mitch Garner, front position at this contest. Great work, get it down to Frawley. Now numbers around the contest, trying to work it out was Davey. Got his handball away, Johns. Working in a phone box at the moment, just trying to clear a bit, get a bit of clean possession. Robertson picks it up. And that ball's going to be held up once again in the
Great
arms of
tackle
Garner.
by Anderson.
One of the shortest men on the ground, taking on a fairly sized ruckman in Garner. So centre wing still in front of our commentary position. 21 plays, zilch in this contest so far as Rowville get the clearance, go forward. It's 2-on-1 in favour of Noble Park, and it'll win out there, although there could be a free kick. No, it'll go the way of Noble Park for a hold.
I don't mind that. It's good to see umpires will pay free kicks against forwards at EFL level. In the AFL, that would have been a forward free kick.
Gore gives to Sketcher, back to then to Martin to Sketcher, back to Sketcher. Now to Plymouth.
Sketcher.
Made that sound more confusing than what it was. It's about a kick behind play. Plymouth up towards half forward, gives to Alwyn. Alwyn, now a chance. Ferguson inside forward 50. Great kick, finds Allen. And Allen tucked hard up right in front of the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. Score can go back and kick the first score.
Well, it's a goal they've got to kick, Noble Park. Now, they're 3 goals, 3 down. Haven't hit the scoreboard yet. And who better would you rather the ball in the hands of is Shane Allen? Look, he should kick this.
Particularly the bloke who's given away 2 25-metre penalties so far.
That's right.
Shane Allen comes in now. Prolific goal kicker for the Noble Park Football Club and has made no mistake on that occasion. Great kick. Oh, yes, he has, apparently. Hit the post, so...
Dyson Baker getting a little bit excited there.
Gave the goal umpire too much credit. I thought he was going to run straight to the middle. Alas, Noble Park have their first score on the board. They're 1 behind. Rowville 3-3-21.
Kick goes out towards the trainer direction. Ferguson got the spoil there, went backwards. That was okay. Tim Kelly was in a little bit of trouble, copped one high. Received the free, still head on to the football though. He's got all class, switches into the middle of the ground. Johnston wants to go further afield with the switch. This is working out okay. Here's Sketcher, who's had a fair bit of the football already in this first term, goes towards the direction of Ziggy Alwyn, and he comes out and takes a strong mark. He'll have to kick from just outside the 50, so I think at a time like this, a key player like a Ziggy Alwyn just has to go back and try and back himself in from here, Brush.
Yeah, look, and it was a nice piece of positive play. They set it up very well going across and getting that switch there, and they found a loose player in Orwin leading into space. But needs to convert here now.
Certainly does. It's a very big kick in the context of this game. The kick goes forward and it started out right and it stayed right as well. He's kicked 4 goals for the season and it will stay on that very tally. 2 behinds in a couple of minutes now to the Noble Park Football Club on the Bendigo Bank score, but they trail by 19, 3-3-21 to 2 behind, 16 minutes gone.
Kick 28 goals for the year.
Got it wrong.
Kick comes out from fullback. Kelly will be first to meet it. Hard up against the boundary line. Got a teammate Ferguson in...
I didn't believe it when I read it. I don't even know what column I was looking at.
Would have kicked 4 goals last week. I think he did actually against South Croydon. So ball to be thrown back in. Right in front of the members stand here, which is packed. Plenty of people under the veranda trying to keep dry and warm this afternoon. Rowville get the clearance away. Nice mark taken there by Tim Kelly. True halfback, centre halfback position, kicks wide, finds Martin. Martin's opens up a bit of space. Now a chance. It's almost dead eye to what was just before, although Allen can't take the mark. Plenty of numbers around the contest, trying to meet it there, Crozier. And a contest ensues directly underneath the Bendigo Bank scoreboard.
The last couple of minutes has been a little bit more promising for Noble Park. At least they're getting their hands on the football and going forward now.
But equally...
So ball thrown up once again, tap down. Bit of a 0-0 draw in the ruck. The ball finally clears out now up towards centre wing. And that's where it'll remain as Rowville get the clearance away.
Boundary.
We'll cross boundary side thanks to Life Care, Damien Watson.
Bit of a window here, Dyson, for the players to pick up their skills and play some clean branded football because the rain stopped momentarily at least.
Just looking over the shoulder of someone just before the game started, and that rain band isn't getting any lighter. I reckon this will be one of a few breaks in rain this afternoon. Peaver right at half-back. Gives away, finds Robertson. Robertson up towards centre wing. Keeley was the target, couldn't find him, and now Rowville a chance to regroup. Johns picks up with Ferguson, his opposite number under pressure. Well worked from Ferguson. Gets a series of handballs away, finds Harper. Harper gives it away, and once again we go back towards the Rowville direction. In towards the forward 50. Door on Garner, couldn't quite make the most of it, Garner, and taps it over the boundary line and out of bounds.
Clearance is 11-4 in favour of Rowville.
So 18 minutes gone, first term on Pancake Parlour AFL Game Day. Rowville 3-3, Noble Park 2 behinds, 2 points. So just waiting for the ball to be thrown back in once again. Garner on Glenn Manson. Garner wins out this time, and a chance for Rowville once again to go forward. Although great work from Brett Dorr on the last line. Dorr goes wide, finds Kemperman as they slowly try and clear out a defence.
So Kemperman kicks it to the half-back line now. Big fly over the top there by Johnston. Couldn't bring the ball to ground. Now Rowville get a chance. Kick goes inside forward 50. Big fly over the top there by Garner. Wright was right on his hammer. Cutting in through there was Stapleton. Wright just fell on him there. That wouldn't have tickled.
You know you've been hit when you get hit by Peter Wright.
Right, that's right.
And he had a fantastic game on the Queen's birthday game, Peter Wright, as Manson gets a knockdown. That was okay. Trying to clear themselves out of danger there. Harper looping handball over the top there to Martin, who drives the ball up towards the wing position. Almost taking the mark there was Wilson, but he was clever enough on the left boot. Kicks the ball inside forward 50. Bouncing football. Herbelet couldn't quite pick the football up. Might have been a little bit of holding there on Allen. Umpire said it was okay. Alwyn came in, so too did his opponent there in Crozier, who lost the football. Umpire could have nearly paid that for dropping. Comes out back towards Alwyn. Got a little shove by Dodone. The umpire said play on. Snap around the body there by Kelly. Can he bring it back? It might have even been Dan Keeley at that point, and through for another minor score on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. Almost time on here on AFL game day, and it is Rowville 3-3-21. And Noble Park are 4 behind, so a 17-point margin as the Hawks once again look to use that far side of the ground. Boavita was there. Dorr got back into the pack, got a handy knock on that one and knocked it over the boundary line and out of bounds. Ball's moved forward. It only took 2 kicks, and now it's on the half-forward line for Rowville.
I reckon Rowville are working a lot harder to get numbers at the contest, and they just seem to be running on top of the ground here at the moment.
Plus their disposals are far better too, Brett. They're a lot cleaner with the ball. And the ball is slippery out there.
It's been a key for him so far, Brett Dorr. Great punch on that on the last occasion. Clearing handball comes out from Wilson. Releases a bit of pressure. Kick wasn't flash though from Dan Keeley. And Rowville a chance to regroup once again. Berthe puts his head over the ball, tries to create a contest, hold things up. They'll do so now as players just bustle in. I prepared to let this one go. Just keeps releasing itself, and then it gets brought back in. Great work there from Kemperman to hold it up for the last time. Eventually says, I'll have it, boys.
Brass, that match up in the goal square for Rowville there. Mitch Garner on Brett Dorr. Rowville will be happy with that because Mitch Garner's taller for a start, but he'd be much quicker than Brett Dorr across the ground.
Yeah, the agility of Mitch Garner could really come to the fore as the game progresses.
And then in front of them there, you got Matt Robertson on Robinson. Robertson and Robertson.
Yeah.
And you know, Matty Robinson's too quick for him. So Rowville will be very happy with that forward setup as it is.
A couple of blood rules. So Kyle Martin will come up with 1. There's another Rowville player coming off with another.
I think Peter Bastanak would be extremely happy with his setup at the moment. I think he's got all the players that he likes on the...
Yeah, so it'll be Koenig. And sorry to cut you out there, Brash. Koenig and Martin both coming off. Martin's got it on his knee.
Yep.
And I think Koenig's the same. So,
gee, you can hardly notice it.
Bit of a clash on the knee, maybe. But alas, we're almost ready to start play as both the replacement players come back on. So Johns has come on, so too Anderson. And they'll meet each other at the contest. So we're almost ready to go.
Kyle Martin just in front of us here. You should see how excited Dyson Baker is.
Great to have him playing back in the Eastern Football League once again. Manson and Garner go up against it. We'll have another contest.
BWS, he's got to get excited about something because the Jets aren't exciting him at all this year.
That's exactly correct, although I remain unbiased.
Except when it's the way for
unlike
Blues.
some people.
Yeah. Well, then BWS's team's not playing today, so we haven't mentioned them.
Oh, well, at least I get singled out for being biased.
Yeah.
It's funny because it's true.
You wonder why we're not
joking,
calling the
Brash.
action. It's because there's not much going on. It's congestion after congestion here. And
We'll put it this way, I don't mind being biased because all my fellow people are biased as well.
Might cross to the unbiased one, Grant Campbell, with some Tuesday match stats.
The clearance domination of Rowville this quarter continues. 12-6 now, inside 50s, 11-7 their way.
You can give that one to Noble Park and a chance for Kelly to get it away. Although he turns it over, Alan Marks can't quite make the most of it though, and he's wrapped up and going nowhere. And another contest ensues. Surprise, surprise. Where the football has certainly hit the Eastern Football League once again. Manson with a big punch forward tries to make something at the 23-minute mark of this first term. And it's Rowville, 3-3-21. On Pancake Parlour AFL Game Day, leading Noble Park, 3 behinds, 3 points.
At least it's about 4 degrees warmer than last week too, fellas. I'm relishing this caravan today.
Garner knocked the ball down, might receive it back there. Elwyn was in there, little handball out, and now they'll barge their way through here, the Bulls, and the kick goes up towards the half-forward line. Oh, that was a well-weighted kick too, wasn't it? And coming out in front and taking a strong mark for Noble Park, about 55 metres out from goal, is the sharpshooter Shane Allen, who distance will not trouble him whatsoever. He's kicked 36 goals so far this season, and well, when they're looking for their first, and there's no doubt they have been peppering 3 behinds in a row. Shane Allen, he needs to put this one through. The goal umpire, he stands straight and watches the ball sail over the top of his head, and Noble Park have their first goal on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. It took them 24 minutes in the first term to notch that, but they are 1-3-9, and they are trailing by 2 straight kicks. Rowville 3-3-21.
Yeah, it may have taken them 21 minutes to get their first one on the board, but just over the last 3 or 4 minutes, though, they've had a lot more of the football. They are now, being competitive towards the ball carrier, and look, it's anyone's game. Great quarter by Rowville, but they can't slacken off towards the end of it.
Keep your scores coming through around the east at Footy EFL on Twitter. The umpire threw it up. Charging after it there was Johns. Will they get another chance, Rowville, to clear this ball out? One way, then the other. The kick goes inside forward 50, looking for Robinson. Right over the back of him there was Robertson, picked up there by Garner of the Damien variety. Couldn't quite pull the football in, seen over the boundary line by Lockie McDonald, and will have a boundary throwing 20 metres out from the Rowville goals. They'll be looking to get one back here, Dice.
Certainly will, after dominating play for the first 9 or 10 minutes of this quarter. It's probably swung back slightly the other way to Noble Park, and they finally get their first on the board. Nice work in the ruck, although Dorr picks up.
Well done, Dorr.
Almost playing a pseudo midfielder. There'll be a free kick going the way of Noble Park. Looks like Johnston. So Johnston kicks wide, finds Sketcher. Gonna have to work for this one, does so. Garner put him under a lot of pressure. Great work there from Garner, although Martin comes in to help out. Gives away to Sketcher. Sketcher gives a handball out, finds Harper. Harper now a short chip kick, turns it over. And just an ugly disposal for what looked like a decent passage of play. Koenig puts his teammate under a lot of pressure. Great work there from Ferguson. Turns it over. Now Noble Park a chance to go inside forward 50. And just turnover after turnover after turnover. And Rowville take the ball off half back. Dangerous kick. Koenig came over the back, and Olwen won the free kick.
Interesting.
Played on. No real advantage there. Plimmin gets his handball away. They finally find a bit of space, and Urbala gets his first on the board. And that's the second goal on the board, and second in succession to the Noble Park Football Club. They're 2-3-15. It's only a goal of difference now.
Yeah,
3-3-21 Rowville.
Not a good option by the Rowville defender there. He kicked it to young Benny Koenig, who's knee high to a grasshopper against Ziggy Elwyn, and he did well to not stop Elwyn from marking it, but giving away the free kick, and they've taken advantage. And as you say, anything in this quarter.
I actually think it should have been a free kick against Elwyn for tunnelling then, but play goes on, doesn't it? Garner versus Manson in the middle of the ground. Who's going to win the clearance? Martin's in there trying to win the football. Looping handball over the top, but stolen by Robinson. Inside forward 50, bouncing football. Coming out there was Garner. Nicely chopped off there by Dorr on the left boot. He's a strong component, and he switches it out wide, and now here's Anderson. He had a little bit of time out to pick it up off the deck. Swings around on the right boot. That was okay. Harper takes the mark. He'll link back up with the skipper. Here's Anderson, or the former skipper, up towards the half-forward line. The kick had to be okay. He kicked it into the danger zone, but it was scooped upon nicely there by the Valenti inside forward 50 to the top of the goal square. They've got players aplenty. Kyle Martin snuck down, and he'll have a shot on goal to square the ledger. 27.5 minutes gone now in the first term.
That's poor defence there by Rowville. You cannot afford to leave a play of Kyle Martin's ilk on his own with plenty of metres to spare. He'll cut you up.
And Brett, we have to talk about Craig Anderson. 3 handballs received there to get it there.
Kyle Martin comes in, 41 goals, make that 42 and make that scores level here. 28 minutes gone on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. First term out here at Seabeck Oval, and this is the clash that we were hoping for. Scores tied 21 apiece.
It just shows you how the fortunes can change so quickly. 5 minutes ago we're talking that Noble Park hadn't got a goal on the board, and now all of a sudden scores a level.
We continue to mention the importance of Craig Anderson as captain of this football club, but like you said, Ray, that passage of play, received it a couple of times, gave the clearing kick out. It just created space and created opportunity out of what was really nothing at half-back.
You're dead right there, but and good Brett Dorr too to get the ball to Anderson out here on this
almost
wing.
best on ground at the moment.
Yep.
10 disposals this quarter to Martin.
Oh, there you go. So ball back in the middle once again. 29, almost 29 minutes gone. 21 apiece after Rowville had a shot minutes ago and had to put themselves 26 points up. How the tides changed in this last 5 or 6 minutes. Noble Park get the clearance once again through Robertson. Up towards half forward. Snapping around the body there was Keeley. Bouncing ball. Allen will be first to meet it. Outmuscles his opponent. Still a chance. And the rush behind put on the board. 3-4-22. Noble Park taking the lead for the first time this afternoon at Rowville. 3-3-21 on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard.
Who would have thought that Noble Park would potentially go into this first change up only 5 minutes ago as Kinder was a fair old roost, kicks it out towards the wing position. McDonald backwards to go forwards. That was okay. Now the kick gets squeezed up towards the half forward line, but Robertson's really come into this game in the last 10 minutes or so for the Bulls. Switches it out to Johnston, who rushed it out to the other side of the ground as the siren sounds to announce quarter time out here at Seabeck Oval. It is second versus third on AFL Game Day. We're watching the Premier Division, Division 1 today, and that is the type of game we are seeing. The home side, 3-3-21. That is the Rowville Football Club trailing by 1 point to Noble Park, who hit back hard late in that first quarter. Keep the scores coming through at Footy EFL if you're using Twitter, but stay tuned on 98.1 Radio Eastern and streaming live on efl.org.au right around the globe, because we'll be back with all those important around the ground scores thanks to the local burger company with Dyson Baker and Co. right after this.
Jenny's Family and